Morning, sir. Oh, yeah. How tough do you expect the question to be today?
Tougher than yours, probably.
Will the public learn anything new about setting up dossiers?
Cheerio.
Leaving home this morning for the Chilcot inquiry, surely the most important person yet to be grilled over the invasion of Iraq. Certainly the most interesting so far. The great communicator, the man who illustrated Tony Blair's war policy, feeding the media. He was Mr. Blair's right-hand man, brought to prominence by his orchestration of the infamous dodgy dossier. And if you need reminding how important that was, watch this piece of Blair theatre.
It concludes that Iraq has chemical and biological weapons, that Saddam has continued to produce them, that he has existing and active military plans for the use of chemical and biological weapons, which could be activated within 45 minutes.
Without a second resolution from the UN, the government needed some solid evidence Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction. Campbell's dodgy dossier alleged Iraq could fire WMD within 45 minutes of an order being given. Unfortunately, nobody in the Commons realised how dodgy this claim was at the time. In March 2003, British forces entered Iraq, and the rest is history. Post-invasion, it soon came to light that the art of spin had entered politics. A BBC radio report early one morning alleged that the dossier had been sexed up. Blair and Campbell had allegedly misled Parliament over the so-called evidence of WMD, something Campbell refuted fiercely at the time.
It's been denied by the Prime Minister, it's been denied by the Chairman of the Joint Intelligence Committee, it's been denied by the Security and Intelligence Coordinator, and it's been denied by the heads of the intelligence agencies involved, and yet the BBC continue to stand by that story. And I tell you, until the BBC acknowledge that is a lie, I will keep banging on.
A bitter row ensued with the BBC. For Campbell, the man who was supposed to peddle stories out of Downing Street, it was him now who'd become the story. Angry, he burst into the Channel 4 newsroom in attack mode.
When the government's communications chief is himself part of the story, isn't it time he resigned?
Oh, for heaven's sake, the reason I am part of the story is that a BBC journalist made an allegation about me.
Against whom the BBC believe you have a vendetta. Because he's caused you trouble.
I have never met the guy.
2 months later, he appeared before the Hutton inquiry, answering questions over the death of Dr. David Kelly, the man who'd allegedly been outed by Number 10 as the source for the BBC dodgy dossier report. His position became untenable. Days later, he resigned. The former political editor of the Daily Mirror once again has to answer questions over the dodgy dossier. How prominent spin can be in his 3-hour grilling by Chilcot and Co. Only he will know.